Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy 2025. To celebrate the new year, we are going to be talking about some of the virtual pet things that happened last year in 2024, and we are going to be doing this Dance Moms pyramid style. Sorry that the bright white pyramid kind of throws off the lighting. I will remember that for 2026, at least I will try to, but we have 10 different events from the virtual pet world that happened last year. We'll be starting at the very bottom and working toward the top. So of course this pyramid doesn't encompass everything that happened, it just encompasses what I personally see as significant, and it includes some of my favorite as well as a couple of my least favorite things that happened this year. So, without further ado, let's start at the bottom here with number 10. We have the Pixel Pets. So the Pixel Pets was a 2024 release from the end of the summer. It almost did not make the pyramid because I did not enjoy this pet. I did not think it was a good value for the money. However, I thought it was kind of significant to the community, which is why I decided to put it on the very bottom of the pyramid. This pet caused a lot of hype. A lot of people were talking about it since it was available in stores and kind of unique. It gave people a reason to go out and shop and look at it, and I really like that it was just a release that brought the community together in some way, even though I personally did not like it. Next up, in the number 9 spot, we have the Stained Glass Winter, which is one of the more recent additions to my collection. It's not the most recent addition to my collection because I did get some things for Christmas that I haven't shown you all yet, but I did just do an unboxing video for the Winter Stained Glass, and this shell is gorgeous. I love it so much. However, it is on the bottom of the pyramid because this was just too stressful. This release was too stressful. I do not like the position that Bondi put us collectors in. I don't think that was very fair or kind to the community. I guess I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. If you're not familiar with the Stained Glass Winter, this is a OG shell that was announced, I believe in October. It was announced during the New York Comic-Con, and it's a limited release. So when you go to the store and see the Tamagotchi display on the shelf, there's only one Winter Stained Glass per box, or excuse me, Stained Glass Winter. I always flip that around, making it somewhat difficult to get a hold of. I've been very, very fortunate that I was able to get a hold of 2. I know some other people have been able to get a hold of multiples, but I did not enjoy the stress around the Winter Stained Glass. Next up, we have number 8. We have the Puni Runes. The Puni Runes came out in the summertime of this year, and this was really exciting because the Puni Runes has been out in Japan for a couple years. I believe it came out in Japan in 2022, and to me, it's just always exciting when toys from Japan have the opportunity to come over to the United States or other parts of the world. Toys in Japan, I don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to say in a sentence, but toys in Japan, they're just different, they're amazing, they're on a whole nother level, which is part of the reason why I have this YouTube channel. I primarily talk about toys from Japan, just because I think they're so cool. If you haven't checked out the Puni Runes, I definitely think you should do so. In the very least, it's something different, it's interesting, and there's been some great sales on it lately, making it very affordable. The last spot on the bottom of our pyramid goes to the Angel and Monster Uni. These are 2 devices that came out over the summer, and both of them I really enjoy. The Angel and Monster both bring some great theming into the Uni line, and if you don't want to purchase the shells, you can just buy the Tomaverse tickets, which I think is very handy. I think that helps collectors that are looking to conserve some of their funds, but still get additional theming for their devices. I also love that the Angel and Monster, they alluded to what's to come. We do have the Angel, the Gen 3, somewhere here on this pyramid. I don't remember exactly where it falls, but the Angel Uni kind of predicted that. Now, will the Monster Uni predict something else? We don't know yet, but I think we're all very hopeful, and I think that is something we might see in 2025. Only time will tell. So, moving up, the next tier on our pyramid, we have the Sanrio Uni in spot 6. The Sanrio Uni This was such an expected release. On one hand, it was not a huge surprise that the uni was getting some Sanrio theming. However, it was certainly very exciting. To me, the Sanrio themings of the different Tamagotchi have become classics. The Sanrio mix is one of my all-time favorites, and the Sanrio meets is another great one. It's another classic in my book. So the Sanrio uni's theming, it really follows the same patterns that we've seen in the past, but it's certainly very enjoyable, which is why I put it in the middle of the pyramid. It wasn't anything revolutionary, but it's certainly worth mentioning. If you have not gotten a hold of the Sanrio uni and you're looking to do so, I recommend that you do so as soon as you can. So thinking about the main line of Tamagotchi, the Sanrio versions of these devices are always the first ones to become difficult to find. At least that's the pattern that I've noticed specifically with the mix and the meats. So if you're looking to pick up the Sanrio device, I suggest that you do it fairly soon. Moving on to slot number 5 on the pyramid, we have the Cake-Worthy X Tamagotchi collaboration. I loved this collab. So Cake-Worthy is an apparel store, and in the spring they released a collaboration with Tamagotchi. The collaboration included a couple different pieces of clothing and accessories, but my personal favorite is the blue drop sleeve sweater that they released. I am obsessed with this thing. It's out of stock. I don't think they're going to make any more. I don't think it's going to be in stock anymore, but I've been checking because I want to buy a second one. I love this sweatshirt so much. I should have worn it for this video actually, but I'm really enjoying tie-dye right now, so we went with tie-dye for today. But to me, the Tamagotchi Cake-Worthy sweatshirt is just iconic. It's the perfect throwback to Y2K fashion, and it's fantastic quality. One of my favorite pieces that I currently have in my wardrobe. Moving up the pyramid, we have the Gen 3 Angel. See, I knew it was on here somewhere. I just couldn't remember exactly where I placed it. So another New York Comic-Con announcement that we received was that there would be essentially kind of a re-release of the Angel Gotchi, and it was re-released under the phrase Gen 3. So continuing the Gen 1, Gen 2 line, this is now what we have for Gen 3. Personally, I have never played an Angel, even though I now have my re-releases. I still have not played one, but I loved the hype that this brought to the community. So many individuals were excited about this. It was like nostalgia factor times 10 for everyone, and I loved seeing that. I loved seeing everyone happy, excited, and looking forward to something, even though I personally wasn't. It was also a chance for me to learn about the Angel, and I will get around to playing one. Someday soon. So we are moving along. We are in the top 2 tiers of our pyramid. So these top 3 things, these are really things that I see as important. I'm not sure if everyone in the virtual pet community will agree with me that these were the top 3 major virtual pet things that happened in 2024. So you'll have to let me know in the comments below if you agree with me or not. But moving ahead, I almost went to number 2 on accident. We have the Y3K shell. The Y3K shell, this was an original shell that was available for pre-order at the end of 2023, and it was released in the beginning of 2024. The thing about this shell, so a couple minutes ago I mentioned like the nostalgia factor. For me, this shell was nostalgia factor times 1,000. It was a clear shell, it had clear blue plastic, and it included the protective case that goes over your Tamagotchi. I thought this was a really cool release. I loved that it included an accessory. It was something different. It's not something that we always see, so it was very special, and I really hope Bandai does more of this kind of thing. I ended up with 3 of the Y3K shells, so I could have a couple of the cases, and it's definitely a piece that I love to have in my collection. In our number 2 spot, we have the English Tamagotchi. This is a virtual pet that just kind of popped up out of nowhere at the end of the year. I heard about it through a fellow virtual pet YouTuber, Ra Tamazone. Ra had posted about it on Instagram, and the second I saw that Instagram post, I ran to AliExpress. Do not walk, run. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just order the English Tamagotchi. Now, I haven't tried the English Tamagotchi yet. I have it upstairs. It's still in the packaging. I haven't taken it out yet. So this isn't an endorsement. But if the English Tamagotchi is anything like the original Tamagotchi, which to my understanding it's identical except for the language, this is going to be such a great virtual pet. I am really looking forward to trying this out and sharing it with you all. I will definitely be doing some vlogs and other videos about it. Now, the moment we have all been waiting for. What is on the top of my 2024 pyramid? Some of you maybe have guessed it by now because there's something really significant that happened this year that I haven't yet mentioned, and it is the Tamagotchi Connection re-release. The Connection re-release was announced in the spring, being released in the summer, and it was definitely a big part, a big staple of our Tamagotchi summer. All the different releases that we got to see around June and July, which were fantastic and so much fun. Now, for the connections, I almost split this up into two categories and placed it into two different spots on the pyramid. Because we had the wave one, what we initially saw in the summer, but then in the fall, around that same time of New York Comic-Con, we got an announcement for what's essentially the wave two. And I see these as being two separate and two significant events that happened in the virtual pet community this year. However, I decided to put them together as one. I felt like it was kind of a cop-out to do two separate ones. But let's talk about each of them. Let's start with the initial announcement and release. This is, without a doubt, the top tier spot on my 2024 pyramid. This was such a fun time to be a part of the virtual pet and Tamagotchi community. Everyone was excited. There was so many good vibes, and everyone just had this great thing to look forward to. To me, this felt like my OG era of Tamagotchi collecting. Just how special the release felt, the anticipation leading up toward it. I absolutely loved this time. Now, the second wave, the October fall announcements, this does not rate as high as the first wave. With the second wave, we did get the announcement for Melon Soda. Melon Soda has been on my mind, on my list for a while, something that I've wanted to have, and I'm very excited that my pre-orders should be coming in the mail in just a couple weeks. But I did think that this time was another stressful stretch within the Tamagotchi collecting. It was kind of like the Stained Glass Winter in the sense that it felt like what was coming next in terms of obtaining this item for my collection. It was very unclear, it made me uneasy, and I didn't enjoy that. But we are past that. Again, I am really looking forward to receiving my Melon Soda in the mail, and I will certainly be doing some kind of unboxing once I get it, so please look forward to that. All right, so here is the final complete reveal of my 2024 virtual pet pyramid. We have the Pixel Pets, Stained Glass Winter, Pony Runes, Angel and Monster Uni, Sanrio Uni, Cakeworthy X Tamagotchi, the Generation 3 Angel, Y3K Shell, the English Tamagotchi, and at the very top we have the Connection re-release. I am so curious as to what everyone else thinks of what I came up with. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What would your pyramid look like? Please let me know in the comments below, or make your own post on social media and tag me in it so I can see it. I would love to see what everyone thinks about 2024, and I just had this thought in my mind, like maybe we should talk about 2025 predictions. Truthfully, I don't have anything on the top of my head about that, and at this point I've been recording for 27 minutes, so I just need to get away from the camera. But let me know anything that you're hoping to see happen in 2025 this year. I will share some things on social media as well. Thank you so much for joining me today to talk about my 2024 Dance Mom style virtual pet pyramid. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to hang out with you more in 2025. Thank you for helping me make my 2024 a great year. Thanks again for joining me today, and I will see you in my next video.